Hi, welcome to the Upper Bloom. My name is Jennifer, and today we are going to be doing a really fun and easy and cost-effective frozen centerpiece. What you're going to need are two containers, one that'll fit inside the other. So you can choose either two squares, a square and a square, or a cylinder and a cylinder. I'm doing a cylinder in a cylinder. And what you need to do is just fill up the whole thing. You need to fill up the center cylinder as well, that way it won't float. And if you choose to go with cylinders, they are less expensive than the squares. Anyway, the reason that I don't just put my flowers underwater is because they'll float to the surface unless I wedge them down with curly willow or something like that. If you put one container inside the other, you can kind of wedge your flowers and greenery in between the two containers, and that way even when the ice starts to melt, all of your foliage and flowers aren't going to float up to the surface. So this is just a really simple, beautiful way to create a centerpiece that's really different. And I'm just going to use, again, some of this amazing coleus greenery because it's very colorful. And I'm just going to simply wedge it down into the container. I'm also going to, you can use roses or whatever flowers you want. I'm going to invert a rose and put that underwater. I'm just turning as I'm going so you can see what this is going to look like all the way around. Now, you might have kind of a hard time with your things staying down in the container where you want them, so you might have to kind of hold it in place until you get your other greenery in there, and it helps wedge everything in. I'm using hypericum berries, a rose, some coleus, and I think that's about it. Just all you need is a few elements to make this look amazing, because everything is magnified underwater. So it doesn't take much to make it look beautiful. A little more leaves, and then I think we're about done. This is yet another thing that could easily be something either for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. Just depends on the colors that you want to use. I think the colors that I'm using today are pretty neutral. I'm using the deep reds and burgundies. So I'm just going to turn it so you can see what it looks like all the way around. It's really simple, and it honestly doesn't look like much now, but once everything is frozen, it just gives it a completely different effect. But even just like this, it's really pretty. So if your party exceeds the life of the ice, it's still going to be really pretty. And if you're worried about it, you can always make a couple of extra pieces and just switch them out. So if the ice does start to melt, you can just switch it out with a new one. Isn't that beautiful? And illuminated, it's even prettier. And so this is what it looks like when it comes out of the freezer. It's very frosty, and I absolutely love the look of this. And if you're doing a winter themed party or a Christmas party, this would be the perfect thing to make, and it's only a few dollars. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a second to rinse off the frost so you can see, you can have a better idea of what the flowers look like under the ice. Alright, doesn't this look amazing? I rinsed off the excess frost, and now you have a better look at the flowers underwater. For this one, I used ranunculus, fall leaves, some sweet william, which looks like this, and then some hypericum berries. And this is just so gorgeous, I think, and so simple and so inexpensive. It takes about 3 hours for this to freeze over for a container this size, and the ice will stay for a good 2 to 3 hours. What I would recommend if you want to make a really showy display is do containers that are different shapes and different heights, and just go down the table with them. And as you can see, it makes a really beautiful centerpiece that is very showy and very different. Enjoy and have fun with this, and thank you so much, Anna Brandt, for my beautiful backdrop, and thank you, Johnny Jeans, for the gorgeous dress she let me wear today, and these very neat rings that she carries as well. I want you to take a good look at these because they're really fun. You can play around with them and separate them or wear them all as one. So thank you so much, and enjoy your centerpiece.